Welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. Today I'm on the public test server and I'm going to go through the companion system. Pretty much we're going to look at how to unlock them, how to level them, the skills that they have, and the gear and everything else that you can do with them. So I'm going to start off real quick here. They did post some little meet the character overviews for each of the companions on the website. So this one is about meet the character Bastian Hallex, and there is a long letter. It looks like it's from a Argonian, but basically he is discussing to someone that he has met a mage named Bastian Hallex, and Bastian is asking questions about gambling dens in Leolwyn's harbor districts. He represents the Savels, a noble trading house of Daggerfall, and he believes that some eggkin of the family, a fellow named Quistley Savell, may have visited businesses under your control. I doubt that Bastian Hallex knows or cares who runs things in Leywyn, but he intends to follow this Quistley's trail wherever it might lead. It seems likely that sooner or later he will wind up at the door to your hut. So it seems that Bastian is here and he is looking for somebody. He is described as a mage, a battle mage, and that seems to be pretty much... Oh, here we go. My spies learned that Bastian's Hallex eggsire was Lord Martell Hallex of Daggerfall. Lord Hallex angered High King Emmerich many years ago. How my sources did not say, and the house was stripped of its land and titles. Bastian was fostered with the Savell family and grew up under their roof. He works for the family as a roving troubleshooter, looking after their interests wherever they do business. He acts more like more of a hired specialist than a lord's son, but be careful with him. The Savells have gold, and we don't want to stumble into a fight with them. You will know Bastian when you see him. He is a fit, red-headed mage of 30 years or so, and he appears to exist in a constant state of annoyance. I don't think he's happy being sent to fetch a wayward Savell. Don't be misled by his hemming and hawing. He acts like he lacks confidence and fears confrontation, but it turns out he is more about action than words. Fortunately, he is also a trusting sort. When he returned to me after my crew ambushed him, I had little trouble convincing him that I had nothing to do with it and sent him on his way. Feed him a likely story and you should be able to keep him out of your mud pit. For a time anyway. Hallex has the persistence of a hungry Hajimoto. Make it a good story and make sure it sends him far away from Blackwood. That's my advice. Use it as you may. So here it is. You're basically being described that he is a battle mage to start out with. In order to get the companions, you need to complete their starting quest. And so each companion has their own unique starting location. So Bastian can be found down here. It is in the south of Blackwood at the Deepscorn Hollow location. And when you get down here, you'll first probably run into this little guy over here, Zechius. So most people will probably just grab his quest and carry on, and the Deepscorn Hollow is actually something going on over at this island over here.
Hey, over here. I need some help.
So when you arrive, you're going to hear a voice crying out for help, and you'll find Bastian over here, and he's all tied up to this post here, and he's going to give you a quest. Once you complete Bastian's quest, you will be able to unlock him as a companion. And then we have the other companion, Mirri. Now here is the kind of the lore background for her based on the post on the Elder Scrolls Online website. So again, this is another letter, and basically it's saying, regarding your recent request for an expert on Daedric matters of a sensitive nature, might I recommend Mirri. Even as a relatively young dark elf, she has already made a reputation for herself in Mournhold and the surrounding countryside. I have no doubt that she could be a help to you in Vivec City or wherever the Fighters Guild requires assistance. Mirri comes from a minor dark elf family that has a somewhat checkered reputation for recovering ancient relics, especially items tied to Daedra and the Daedric princes. Her father was a former Hlalu merchant who wasn't above trading some of the antiquities they acquired for gold or favors, while her mother was more of a procurer of said curiosities, delving into ruins with audacity and aplomb. I can confirm that Mirri definitely takes after the maternal side of the family. Mirri holds the tribunal in high esteem, and though she is nowhere near what any of us would call orthodox, she possesses a driving interest in the anticipations and how they relate to the living gods. So tracking down relics related to the anticipations for the tribunal has solidified her position as a worthy consultant in all matters concerning the Daedra. She isn't a worshipper of the Daedra, if that's your concern, but she analyzes them the way a Quama miner studies every aspect of the insects they keep and the eggs those creatures lay. As Mirri likes to say, you can't fetching deal with an enraged elite unless you know what made it fetching mad in the first place. For that reason, she has dedicated herself to knowing all she can about Daedra and Daedric relics. Mirri is competent and hardworking, but she is in no way easy to deal with. She despises authority figures and constantly skirts along the edge of trouble with local law. She bends the rules nearly to the breaking point, but she gets things done. When she doesn't get her way, her mood turns darker than the bottom of Malkath's black boot, and the only thing fouler than her mood is her mouth. She curses like a sea elf pirate. I remember the first time she graced our hall with her presence. Mirri felt that Soris Rothan had insulted her in some way, and she unleashed a barrage of profanities upon the poor sod that ended by proclaiming him a scrib-sucking swit with lips an Alit wouldn't kiss. We laughed for nearly an hour over that. I wouldn't want a guild hall full of Mirri Elendises, but I wouldn't trade the one I've been using for all the scrib jerky in Morrowind. And you know I love my scrib jerky. If you need a Daedric consultant to delve into ruins and tomes that decorate the Ardenfell wilderness, or if you have a mission that requires Daedric expertise in Blackwood or anywhere else in Tamriel, you might find a better hire than Mirri Elendis. On that you have my word. So, Mirri could be a useful companion in your journeys, as you never know when you'll need the expertise of a Daedric consultant during your Gates of Oblivion adventures. Just try to avoid souring her mood, lest you find yourself overwhelmed with inventive new expletives. Will Mirri become your new companion of choice when Blackwood launches? So that is Mirri's lore. Alright, so to find Mirri, you're going to have to complete her quest objective, and it can be found right here. Let's have a look. So Mirri can be found up here at the Doom Vault Vulpines. This is in the north side of the Blackwood. It's basically take Leowin and you just start heading north. You squirrel around the mountains, past this boss, and up here to the Doom Vaults. And then when you arrive, there will be a conversation with Mirri and this guy up here. She's standing right over here. Now she's already done that conversation with me, so she just has her quest objective to start. Once you pick up that quest objective and complete the objective, she will be your companion. Okay, so now I have switched over to my public test server test character. She's at the top level. She's a template character for the top level, and she's completed the quests for the companions. So now we can just have a look at the companions. I've been working with Bastian a little bit on this character, so he's gotten a level or 2 already. And just to point out that just a second ago he said something like, "Oh, somebody's loss is our gain," and he stopped over by something over by that stump. And so I went over there to look, and hey, look at that. There is a heavy sack, and that usually contains a nice supply of some materials. And then, you know, so he talks to you based on what you're doing. Now, when you interact with the companion, he's got a talking phase.
What's on your mind?
And he's also got a companion menu. So we've got an option to talk about the partnership. You can ask him how you feel or how he feels about you.
What's on your mind?
And you can also get him to tell you something about himself. In the companion menu, you can see that you have some basic options here. You can look at the character, you can look at the character skills. You can also access your collectibles from this menu. And he can access your costumes and even your mounts. So you can change the mounts he's using. And actually there is an achievement to change the mounts for each one of these companions. And then you can manage his equipment. Now, because I have the template character, I opened a bag of companion equipment. So he comes equipped with the white quality equipment. And then you will have to collect through quests and achievements some of the purple equipment. I did not see anything for blue. Let me check and see if there's a blue companions equipment. Yeah, so this is all the level 1 companion equipment that you'll get. He can be equipped with light, medium, or heavy armor. He can be equipped with any of the weapon types that you prefer.
Is there something I can do?
So you can see, you can pick any of these weapons, you can pick any of these armors, and I wish that they would kind of tell you if it's light or heavy while you're just reading it from here instead of having to scroll up and down to read the details about every single one of them. That is one thing that I wish that they would maybe improve. So maybe they could say companions light breeches and companions heavy cuirass, or companions light epaulets, you know, something like that. I wish that there would be something with the name, so you wouldn't have to keep checking out the description of everything. And each companion comes with their starting skill set. He's already got, he came with his own stave, and he also had some basic skills. So he has He has Ardent Warrior, Draconic Armor, Radiating Heart. So to me, it seems like he is pretty much a Dragon Knight, or he has the Dragon Knight skills. So that's yeah, a lot of that is like the Dragon Knight stuff. And then you can equip any one of these types of weapons if you want to change his weapon skills. Instead of destruction staff that he came with, he always comes with a very basic skill unlocked, and then as he levels, he can get to more. And he also came with medium armor unlocked, and he gets just 2 skills with that. He has Vanish as a skill that you unlock at medium armor rank 20, and Flexibility as a passive that is already unlocked. But you can change his armor around by just equipping the type of armor that he's wearing. You can also access Fighters Guild, Mage Guild, and Undaunted. I'm sure that these will be basically limited for the companions, that they don't have the full set of skill line that we have. I will have to test and see if that's the case. And then he has his racial skill, which he only gets 1. He gets Tough, max health by 3% and damage done by 3%. And there's no more levels for that. He's at level 3 and he's got 21.5 thousand health. So, and he's not at 100%. So I don't know if I can heal him here. Yeah, okay, so I can heal him. Now over here, I'll show you the example. When you have another companion from another player character, they just say that player's companion. They doesn't say Mirri. So he's got to level by doing quests with you, fighting things, and so forth. And you're going to find your companions under the new location in the collection menu called Allies. So now you have your assistants and you have your companions. And you can only have one of these out at a time. So if you want to have your merchant following you or your banker, then you're not going to be able to use your companion. But you can switch between the two. And she kind of waves them over and then they appear. So companion menu, here's what she starts out with. She, for all intents and purposes, what I can tell is she's kind of a Nightblade. So she has already archery skills and Shadow Slash, which is a magic damage thing, and her equipment is very basic. You can see over here. Now she has started out wearing light, so she's going to be getting the light buffs. And so you'll see that she has started out with the light passive flow, and she can activate haste. Now each one of these armors you can change, just like for Bastian. For Deadly Assassin, she's got some very Nightblade-like skills. So it seems to me that she will be able to do some kind of very interesting ultimate here, Impeccable Shot, which she has to be rank 20. They don't go any higher than rank 20, by the way. So when she has her ultimate, she marks an enemy and exposes their weakness, causing them to take 20% or more damage for 3 seconds. While the enemy is exposed, they build up to a single killing shot, unleashing a massive bolt that deals 15,295 physical damage. So that is her ultimate for Deadly Assassin. Living Shade, she already comes with this skill. There's no ultimate for this. Ghostly Evasion, so she'll surround herself in a phantasmic aura, dodging the next attack made against them while also reducing their damage taken by 20%. So as you can see, she's got some more of those Nightblade-like skills. They're not exact copies. It looks like they might have combined some of those skills or altered them specifically for the companions. And then she has Soul Thief, so she's got a life absorption skill, and she's got blood transfusion where she can heal an ally with blood magic. I'm assuming she uses blood magic here. And then she can also siphon vigor from the blood of enemies nearby, dealing magic damage and then healing herself and her allies. So those are her basic skill lines. And then she, of course, comes with the bow already unlocked. She's got piercing arrow, and then she could level up to trick shot, which deals more damage and immobilizes them. This is like a burst of arrows, so this is your AoE arrow. And then you've got the Viper's Bite. So basically these look like my three favorite parts of the bow line. So, but you know, she could also do two-handed, one-handed, you know, like all of the others. And then you can unlock all the guilds, and her Dark Elf skill is Dynamic. Increases damage done by 3% and healing done by 3%. Now that's kind of strange because it sounds exactly like Bastian's racial skill. Exactly. So I'm not seeing a specific Dunmer or Imperial skill, even though that's what they're called. Maybe this will change before it goes live. I don't know. And then, you know, of course, we can do the same for her. Change her outfits. There you go. Immediately she looks better. And in a proper Dark Elf outfit. And then you can change her mount. So you can set that active. And then when you want to mount up, you get on your mount. And she will too. And that is also an achievement that I just did by changing her mount. Now, under the achievements, you'll be able to see that there are some specific achievements in the Blackwood chapter for the companions. And I've unlocked a few already. But you can see you can gain the favor of Bastian and Halifax to get Bastian's Julianos medallion. And that means you have to do some very specific activities with him. So summon Bastian at max level, obtain Bastian's favor, which is this set of achievements right here. And they seem to be pretty simple. So all you have to do is visit Ivea with Bastian, read a book from a bookshelf with Bastian, and complete a Mage's Guild daily quest with Bastian. So you get that one completed. And then Bastian's companion is you would complete the companion quest for him, and he apparently has 3 of them. Same thing for Mirri. And to gain Mirri's treasured comrade is Mirri's achievement. So again, you've got some different objectives for her. So they're not exactly all the same, but you have some basic places that you want to go with Mirri, which will be the Daedric Delver Public Dungeon, a Fighter's Guild, and crafting an alcoholic beverage with her at your side. So this is not so bad. Seasoned friendship this is for any companion. Defeat a world boss, kill a dungeon boss, kill a delve boss, and complete a dark anchor. And fashionable friend, customize the outfit of any companion. So those things are available for your companions. And her treasured keepsake is the Ancient Anticipations Idol. I don't know what that is. We will find out. I'm not gonna get it until we go live because I don't want to spoil the quest lines at all. As far as how do they play, well, right now at level 1, I'm testing the level 1. I think I have an option to level her up to the level 20. So I can test her out a little bit at level 20. So far at level 1, they do okay. They're good for basic overland stuff. I was able to help go through a delve with her. I attempted a world boss with Bastian, and that failed miserably. I could not solo with Bastian. He died a lot, and when they die, you pick them up like any other player with a soul gem, and then they're ready to go. But you're gonna have to recognize that these things are not going to be as powerful as another player.
You will not stop me. They are mine to control.
Was a bit of a warm-up.
Okay, so we just did that whole boss fight with her, and she did all right, you know? So what you do with the companion menu when you're in with her skills is that you can organize these skills in the order that you want her to perform them. So right now, number 1, her preferred method of attack is going to be the piercing arrow, and the second one will be the shadow slash and the warp strike. So I could switch these around and she'll prefer one over the other. Now, you could also think of this in terms of what the cooldown is on these, because if you wanted her to do a shadow strike, you might want her to start out with that one first because the cooldown is 16 seconds. Then you might want her to do a piercing arrow and then throw in a shadow slash. You know, whatever you want to arrange her for her skills. Now, if you want to know more, if you want to really dive into the companion system, ESOHub.com right here, has a really nice system where they talk about all of the levels and the combat behavior and so forth. And then there's also some build guides for the companions and all of this stuff. So I recommend having a look at this. So if you want a really good guide, Allcast HQ is a really good website to go to for a lot of builds and so forth. And so what he's done over here is he's got the Bastian companion guide and build, Mirri companion guide and build, and then again the companion system guide. Puts a lot of effort into maintaining this website. So what you can do is actually go in and look at what you have for Bastian and Mirri. Okay, I think that's about it. That's pretty much all I can show you about the companion system. There's still, of course, this is PTS as usual, the same disclaimer. Things can change before it goes live. Anyway, I hope that this was a helpful video, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Oma Games. If you would like to see my live streams, please go to twitch.tv and follow Miss Oma. Take care, everybody, and I will see you next time.